I was never gonna make another video about this unless something actually happened, and well, in one of the more recent anime episodes, we got something once again to add fuel to this debate. So with that being said, this is my final Mihawk versus Shanks video. So like I said, in episode 1083, we gotta look into the cross guild revealed in the anime, basically just going over the members and their bounties and things like that. And basically what was shown for Mihawk is him being the greatest swordsman in the world, as well as him exceeding red hair Shanks in swordplay. So, to us normal big brain One Piece fans, this once again confirms not only is Mihawk the strongest swordsman in the world, but also the greatest swordsman in terms of sword skill, as well as surpassing Shanks in that as well. But of course, like it always has to be, a certain group of people who love to pop out with the famous line, Mihawk is only superior to Shanks in skill. And it's always hilarious when I throw this scan of him being verbatim stated of being the world's strongest swordsman. And I don't know, man, some of you Shanks fans start to get cold feet when I put that out there. And then you occasionally get these guys that throw around the words titles don't matter and they're all fraudulent in One Piece. And sure, right, when you're looking at Kaido's quote-unquote title given by some people, then okay, yes, that title is fraudulent, even though it was never really a confirmed title, narratively or through a statement. It's always people say Kaido's the strongest, or he says, or she says, things like that. Now, considering the fact the only two narratively confirmed titles being Whitebeard and Mihawk's are constantly being reassured, and especially in Mihawk's case, having many statements, as you all know, being the greatest, strongest, most skilled, better than Shanks, so whatever you want to look at, it's just constantly being brought up throughout the series, even as recent as the Cross Guild chapters. So back to Shanks, right? And I don't want this to sound like a hit piece on Shanks. I honestly find him much cooler than Mihawk personally. But it just gets to a point in time where you just gotta put down the copium bottle and really look within. Shanks, from a power perspective, narrative perspective, or any perspective whatsoever, has nothing that implies he should be stronger than Mihawk. Unless we were to just be completely ignorant to what Oda has provided in the series proving this. Alright, so now it's time to address what I've ignored so far, and that is Haki. And this is the goofiest attempt to downplay Mihawk, and once again, y'all only do this to Mihawk and only Mihawk. So some of y'all will really sit here and tell me a man without a devil fruit that is the strongest swordsman in the world is not extremely proficient in Haki. Like, this Haki thing has been beaten into our brains so many times. So I don't know if y'all forgot, or maybe y'all didn't really read the series, but it's pretty much something that you literally cannot miss. Show me one example of a top tier swordsman not having extremely proficient Haki. Roger? Nope. Shanks? Nope. Rayleigh? Nope. So in what universe would this make sense not to apply to Mihawk, when two of the people I just named he's stronger than? Why in the world would Mihawk, Dracula Mihawk, the man Zoro will surpass, who recently unlocked Advanced Conqueror's Haki, leveling up once again, why would the man he's chasing not be maxed out in every form of Haki? And the answer is painfully obvious that he is maxed out in every form of Haki. But people will continue to go out of their way to ignore this to push a nasty agenda with zero backbone to it, ignoring things that just make logical sense within the narrative. It's like, yeah, sure, in any argument I want to make, I could always just ignore the facts presented to me. It's pretty much like, if I put an apple in your hand and I ask you, are you holding an apple? And you say no, that's pretty much what this is. And hey, maybe in your mind, you actually think you're right, but to the rest of the normal world, you would look absolutely crazy. But honestly, this is turning into a completely uninteresting debate to me, in the same vein of Saitama versus Goku, or Goku versus Superman, etc, etc. It's like, we know who wins, and no matter what way you look at it or try to ignore certain facts, the result will always be the same. And no matter what, when talking about Mihawk, there is not one single contradiction to anything that has been presented in the story. Like, literally any Shanks fan now trying to argue against this just sounds like they're trolling, in all honesty. Just really doing it for the sake of argument. And that to me just made this topic very uninteresting, as there's really nothing else to be said. There's really nothing at all you can add on to it. Like, when people bring up quote unquote feats in One Piece when it comes to this conversation, it's just so dishonest, especially in One Piece when many top tiers don't have those top tier feats that you're really looking for. I'm looking at you, Dragon. But hey man, we just ignore all of that from Mihawk, and I guess Shanks fans just keep it moving. I don't know man, but this debate is just so tired and boring now because it just is not a debate. So to any Shanks fans who still disagree with this, drop a comment, let me know how you're coping today and why you think your boy, your glorious Shanks, still wins. And to my Mihawk fans, stay patient, the boy is gonna cook very soon. With that being said, you will never see this topic again on my channel. This debate will never end anyway, so who really cares at the end of the day? If you like the video, sub if you want, and also follow me on Twitter if you want. I'm pretty active there, so yeah, any subs, content creators, whatever. If you want to, follow me on Twitter. But that's all from me. Peace.